everyone. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. Let me start by saying just a few words about my own background. I am an undergraduate student of Bachelor of Early Child Education with Honors, Open University Malaysia. My name is Zaliha binti Sahri. The subject and focus of my speech is creativity. Today's topic is of particular interest to those of you who are very enthusiastic towards making changes, especially for teachers who want to make active learning. Ladies and gentlemen, in general, creativity is the ability or capability to create and produce something in a new and original form. Creativity requires a high level of imagination, exploration, and ability to build new relationships to old and existing information. Creativity involves critical and analytical thinking skills to create and produce a unique and interesting new ideas. It also requires the ability to think practically that can translate ideas into applications form. Audience on the floor. According to John King McPhee, he thinks creativity is the ability to create new symbolisms and ideas to update existing symbolism. The activity of reorganizing and reworking an existing and established organization into a new organization is considered a creativity. Guilford sees creative thinking as flexible thinking, free from the shackles of old thinking and striving to find new directions of thought and direction. Expect and anticipate to something unique and original. Jones, 1972, argues that all human beings are born with the potential to be creative and with the appropriate environment and techniques, then this potential can be identified, nurtured, and measured. Mazlan Muhammad, 1994. As in our Malaysian education, the Permata Negara curriculum emphasizes on the development of children's creativity at all ages because this feature can be formed from an early age. Creativity can be applied in all areas of learning first, not just in arts, crafts, or music, singing, or drama alone. Therefore, educators, caregivers pay attention to encourage children to always think creatively and appreciate the result of children's creativity. Individuals with creative abilities usually have a special and exclusive feeling because these individuals are considered to have true skill that is rarely found. It is this special quality that distinguishes the individual from the less creative majority group. A creative person usually does not display directly what he sees or experiences. He may use metaphors and analogies to process the seeming experience to be born into a new visible form. A creative person must seek and raise awareness, identify things, interpret, and see possibilities through perspective consideration. In the 1996 book Creativity, the work and lives of 91 superior peoples, positive psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi suggests that of all human activity, creativity comes closest to providing the fulfillment we all hope to get in our lives. Creativity allows us to stretch our minds, do new things and exciting things, and engage ourselves in ways that bring us one step closer to reaching our full potential. So what exactly makes people creative? Are some newborns like that, or are there skills you can develop like muscle? Csikszentmihalyi suggests that some people have what he calls creative personalities, while some people come with tendencies naturally. Incorporating some creative practices into your daily life can only help you reach your full creative potential. I will explain more about Csikszentmihalyi's research and then 10 skills he believes creative people have. 1. Creative people are energetic but focused, ladies and gentlemen. Generally, creative people are thought to be rebellious and independent. Most creative persons are very passionate about their work, yet they can be extremely objective about it as well. The openness and sensitivity of creative individuals often exposes them to suffering pain, yet also a great deal of enjoyment. Above all, balance thinking is required that it is the use of the left brain, words, and the right brain, images, at the same time, or it can vary from left to right or from right to left. Creative people have a lot of energy, both physical and mental. They can spend hours working on one thing that holds their attention, yet seem to stay motivated all the time. This does not mean hyperactive or manic creative people. They spend a lot of time relaxing, thinking quietly, and reflecting on the things that hold their interest. 2. Creative people are smart but also naive. Creative people tend to be smart, but research shows that having a high IQ doesn't necessarily correlate with higher creative achievement. In Louis Thurman's longitudinal study of gifted children, for example, high IQ children were shown to perform better in their overall lives, but those with high IQs were not creative geniuses. Very few of those involved in this study shows high artistic achievement later in life. Mihaly notes that studies suggest that there seems to be a cutoff point around 120. Having higher than average intelligence may contribute to creativity, but having an IQ over 120 does not necessarily lead to greater creativity. On the other hand, Mihaly suggests that creativity involves a number of ingenuity and childishness. Creative people are smart, but they are able to maintain curiosity and the ability to see the world with fresh eyes. 3. Creative people are tasty but disciplined. Mihaly knows that playfulness is one of the hallmarks of creativity, but this sadness and joy is also reflected by the main periodical nature perseverance. When working on a project, creative people tend to show determination and prowess. They will work long hours for something, often until late at night, until they are satisfied with their work. Consider what you think of when you meet an artist. On the surface, it sounds attractive, romantic, and glamorous. And for many, being an artist definitely involves a lot of fun. But being a successful artist is also a lot of work, which a lot of people can't see. However, creative people realize that true creativity involves combining fun and hard work. 4. Creative people are realistic dreamers. Creative people love to miss and imagine the possibilities and wonders of the world. They can reflect on themselves in imaginations and fantasy but still come true. They are often described as dreamers, but that doesn't mean that they live with their heads in the clouds. Creative people, from scientists to artists to musicians, and produce imaginative solutions to real-world issues. Great art and great science involves a leap of imaginations into a world different from the present, explains Mihaly. The rest of society often sees these new ideas and fantasies without relevance and current reality, and they are right. But all areas of art and science are beyond what we now consider real and create new realities. 5. Updated and recognized creative people. While we often fall into the trap of categorizing people as purely extroverted or introverted, Mihaly suggests that creativity requires combining both personality types. Creative people, he believes, are both extroverted and introverted. Research has shown that people tend to be either more extroverted or introverted, and these traits are very stable. Creative people, on the other hand, tend to exhibit characteristics of both types at the same time. They both love to talk and pretend, friendly and calm. Interacting with others can generate ideas and inspirations, and retreating to a quiet place allows creative individuals to fully explore and creativity of this resource. 6. Creative people are proud yet few. Creative people tend to take pride in their accomplishments, yet they are also aware of their place. They have an incredible respect for others who work in their field and the influence that previous innovations have had in their work. They can see that their work is often exceptional compared to others, but it's not something they focus on. Susan Mihaly observed that they were so often so focused on their next idea or project that were so uncertain of their past achievements. 7. Creative people are not lowered by rigid gender roles. Susan Mihaly believes that creative individuals oppose, at least to some degree, the often rigid gender stereotypes and roles often played by society. Creative girls and women tend to be more dominant than other girls, she suggests, while creative men and women are less aggressive and more sensitive than other men. People who are psychology and engrossed are able to double the set of answers, he explained. Creative individuals are more likely to not only have their own gender strengths but those of others as well. 8. Creative people are conservative yet persistent. Creative people are out-of-the-box thinkers. By definition, and we often think of them as non-conformist and even slightly rebellious. But Susan Mihaly believed that it is most impossible to be truly creative without the first normalization of culture and traditions. Creativity, he suggests, requires both traditional and iconoclastic, able to appreciate and embrace the past while finding new and improved ways of doing things. Creative people can be conservative in many ways, yet they know that innovation sometimes means taking risks. 9. Creative people are passionate but objective about their work. Creative people don't just enjoy their work. They really like and love what they do, but just being passionate about something doesn't necessarily lead to great work. Imagine a writer so in love with his writing that he doesn't want to edit a single sentence. Imagine a musician reluctant to listen to his own performance and listening to a field that needs improvements. Creative people love their work, but they are also objective about it and willing to be critical and take criticisms out of it. They are able to detach themselves from their work and see areas that need work and improvement. 10. Creative people are sensitive and open to experience, but safe and have fun. Susan Mihaly also suggests that creative people tend to be more open and sensitive traits that can bring both gifts and pain. The act of creating something, coming up with new ideas, and taking risks often opens people up to criticisms and even insults. It can be painful, even devastating, to devote years to something that can only be rejected, ignored, or laughed at. But being open to creative experiences is also a great source of joy. It can bring incredible happiness, and many creative people believe that such feelings are well worth the effort. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end my speech once again, creativity is producing something new. Based on Oxford Dictionary, it gives the meaning of creativity as the ability to create. Creative power clearly defines creativity. There are several opinions put forward by experts regarding creativity. According to Victor Longfield, 1975, creativity is a natural instinct from birth that everyone has. That instinct is the first factor used to solve or make a statement about life's problems. Desire is the basis that drives a person to be able to research and explore something. Without instinct and desire, man will not act. Creativity can produce innovations in an idea or way to improve a process or way llama more effective and efficient or more interesting. Instead of innovations, we need to use creative mind and a high power of imaginations. Innovations in the way the future works. On top of that, Malaysia needs a creative and innovative future generation to boost the country's economic prosperity. Till then, thank you.